Okay, now I've got the twist grip sensor here, and on these handlebars I'm adding a new dimension to it, putting on some Harley heated hand grips. So I need to extend these wires down under the fairing, and that's how the power gets to the heated hand grip, which actually plugs in to the end of the twist grip sensor. So pretty small wire. Strip off about, I don't know, that's 3/8 of an inch or so. I'll just go ahead and put a piece of heat shrink on here so it's ready. Now when I do this, I like to just take the wires, kind of shove the strands together. Can you see that?
There, now we're focused.
Shove them together and then kind of twist them around just a little bit so they stay together like that. Use a little bit more of a twist to it. Another thing that works good is to have a heavier object nearby.
To help hold it down. Because it's hard to have 3 hands doing things when you only have 2.
There. It's starting to flow. A little flux core solder. Now I read somebody on a forum one time said soldered connections aren't any good on a motorcycle, and I have no idea why you'd even say that, because I guarantee you that connection right there is stronger than the wire itself. If I were to pull this and bust it, it's not going to come apart there. It's going to bust the wire next to it. Now I'll go ahead and solder the white one before I heat shrink it, I think. So the same thing, I'll get in there and strip off some of that. Fan the strands out just a little bit. I like to kind of shove them together. The idea is to make a nice, small, neat splice. It doesn't have a lot of bulk to it. I don't have a lot of wire to work with on here, so it's a little more difficult. Now I didn't put heat shrinks over the end of this one, but I can slide it on from the far end. If you're in a situation where you can't do that, you're going to screw yourself. There we go. It flows nicely.
It's a normal cord. Gets
Normal.
tangled up.
Normal wiring, yeah. Tangles on everything. Okay, I'm gonna get out my heat gun. That's that. Okay, I'm going to cut a piece of the 1/4 inch braided sleeving. This one probably won't shorten up so much because the wire isn't big, so I better cut it back from the pins a few inches. You can see I've taped over my splices, and then I also taped up the green connector just to make sure that it's not going to pull apart, which I don't think it will. I guess some guys do cut these out and splice it together to reduce the size of this, but I don't know, I'm not going to deal with it because I think once it's in the bar, I'll pull this in first, and that'll be into the 1 1/4 part of the bar. So there'll be plenty of room in there for the other wiring to go around it. Let's see if I can get this to go on. Oh, yeah. The key to this whole process is trying to stay patient and work slowly. Take your time. It takes time. But in the end, when you get it all back together and it works, you'll be glad. And the last thing you want to do is try and fight these wires, getting them into the bars. That's no fun. And anybody that's done it knows what I'm talking about. Take this end up. Rather than these two wires for the handlebar for the hand grip heat go all the way over to the other hand grip, and rather than feed them all through in one piece, I'll bring them down to the center in 2 pieces and then splice them in the fairing. I think it's just way easier. Okay, I'm sucking strings in. I've got 2 sucked into the left side. And they come out one for pulling the control wires down and one for the heated hand grip wire. And I can see that I have these taped up. And I'm using my vacuum cleaner to apply suction right there. And now I'm going to suck 2 strings in over here. I don't have enough hands to hold the video camera and get a little help, so I'm not videoing this part, but it goes in pretty easily. Okay, well, I didn't show you mounting the bars because that's not what this video is all about. The new bars are in, the strings are vacuumed in. The first thing I'm going to do is pull the twist grip sensor in. Couple of half hitches. Something like that. Some tape. Hopefully this goes in fairly easily. That's the idea. Figure out which of my 4. I have 4 strings coming out here in the center. Figure out which one it is.
Wrong.
It's not that one.
Ooh, you might want to tape that one off.
And here we go. Nice and easy. Push it in as you pull. You can see how easily this goes in. Oh, it's already coming out this side. With this nylon sleeving on here, it just goes in very easily.